Hi, hello, and welcome to another Preptober video. Yes, if you didn't already know, it's officially well into Preptober, and everyone who's doing NaNoWriMo is beginning to plan how we're going to exactly write 50K in 30 days. We're here on my floor with my bullet journal because I have an actual checklist of everything I want to get done before November hits. This year, my plan is to finish my zero draft of my first novel, and then if I get to the end and I'm still not at 50K and I still need more words, the plan is for me to continue on into the sequel. So another thing about my Preptober before we actually get into it is that mine might be a little bit different because I am an ML for our region, so there are a lot of things on my checklist that make October quite hectic. So for MLs, our busy months are really August, September, October. They get more and more hectic with each month that we get closer to the big event in November. So a lot of stuff on my plate, a lot of stuff floating around in my mind, but it's so much fun being an ML. I'm doing a lot of the kind of designy work for our region, designing the graphics and the Instagram and the calendars and letters and things like that. But that combined with all the other things I want to do for my own NaNoWriMo just means that there's a lot to get through before November hits, and then all we have to think about is just write. Okay, so here's the actual list of everything I want to get done in October, and yes, it is way too long. I do actually have a couple of things already to check off, which is exciting. I did just cover up the other half because I'm just starting to get back into bullet journaling and it's rough and not that pretty, so I've just covered it up with some stationery. So I'll just go through, hopefully you can read that. Okay, so first of all, announce project on nano.com. I have not actually done that yet, but pretty easy to do. That will take me 2 seconds now that I have finally landed on what I'm doing. It took me so long to make up my mind. The next thing on here was to do a announcement video. You guys have all probably seen a million from everyone else in the community who's talking about their Preptober projects. And I kind of feel like I already just did that, so I'm combining a couple videos into one. So I'm just gonna say that is no longer necessary. I just read Ryder Carroll's book about bullet journaling, and he really stresses crossing something off if you think it no longer serves you, no longer matters, or it's just duplicating your effort. So taking that to heart, that can go. The next thing is outlining Act 1 of the sequel, and so that is there because I'm expecting that I will get to the end of my first novel before I hit 50K. I'm expecting that I'm going to have to go into the sequel a little bit. So I want to just have some notes for Act 1 so that I'm not completely sailing in the dark. Next is to connect Dabble to NaNoWriMo. So I just started using Dabble, which is a writing software that's actually all online, but it's a writing software that apparently you can connect to NaNoWriMo, so it'll transfer all your words over for you and keep track of your stats and things like that. So I'm excited to explore that more and see what that's like this year. The other thing is just something very practical, and that is put 2 casseroles in the freezer. This is my, I think, 4th year doing Nano, and anything you can do to take chores off of your plate or other things off of your plate, especially if you work full-time, so that you can come home from your day and write, is super helpful. So I actually already started this. I have 1 lasagna in our freezer now, but I would really love it if I could make like a big mac and cheese and something. So then that's several nights that I could just log off of work, pop those in the oven, and just get to writing. The next thing I wrote down is to make reward tiers. So this is kind of a fun thing. If you haven't done Nano before, I totally suggest setting up rewards to kind of motivate you to keep going. And they can be as small as you want or as large as you want, or they can, get increasingly more cool as you get closer and closer to 50K. One year, my reward for hitting 50K was to go get belay certified. That might not be something we can do in 2020, but, think of something really cool that you would really value and use that to make your rewards. Obviously, since I'm bullet journaling, I want to make my November spreads ahead of time so that I'm not scrambling and spending time on bullet journaling when I should be writing. An ML thing that I have to do is prepare our Instagram posts. So I have all my templates made. But I need to go and fill them out with all of our write-in details, which are all going to be digital, but I want to have something to post on every day that we're doing a digital write-in. I'm also in charge of putting together a little trivia game for our kickoff party. Still need to do that. Okay, here's something I can actually check off. I did a little tracker sheet that we are putting in a goodie bag for our Rimos, so that they'll have kind of something with paper that they can keep track of their word count goals, because some people just like to be analog, obviously. Filming something for Preptober. We are currently doing, obviously, editing and posting that. Another ML task is to make sure we have all of our write-ins and events on our regional page on NaNoWriMo, so that's something I'll probably do this week. And finally, last thing on the list, in case it wasn't long enough, is I put together a calendar of events so that everything is on one page, so we have a graphic that we can give to our libraries. It's easy for them to post or share if they would like to, and we'll obviously use it on our socials as well. And that is done. So that was a lot, but hopefully over the course of this video, a lot of these things will keep getting checked off. My brain will get less and less stressed out and we'll be more ready for NaNoWriMo.
Alright, girl. Open up your mouth. Some barbecue and filet. Hang on a hook and let me play with them. No. Book, darling, come to me.
Hello everyone, it is October 13th. I can't believe how fast Preptober is going by. And I'm really determined to check something off of my list today because I feel a little behind. So the first thing I want to get done is actually announce my project on Nano, which I still haven't done, and then connect everything to Dabble and kind of see what that connection is all about. Okay, so we're jumping into my computer, nanowrimo.org, and here we are. This is my name if anyone wants to come find me. It is a fantasy. Summary. I don't usually do a lot of this. I wish I still had that pitch that I did for my AuthorTube newbie tag. There we go. It's already coming in handy. I'm not going to put in an excerpt or Pinterest and playlists because although I have a Pinterest and a playlist kind of started, they're really not very finished. Like they only have a couple things on them, and I would want to make them cool if I was actually going to put them out there. So I will just leave that blank. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, and then the other thing I can do is actually upload my dummy cover. So, yay! Okay, there she is. Cool. Okay, so now let's go to Dabble. I love that when you go to Dabble, they give you a quote when you first come in, and some of them I've actually liked so much that I have to write them down. But yeah, that's nice. So here we go. This is me. So here's where we're at. You can see that I have not written anything in the month of October. And I think it is part of the reason why I'm feeling so shit. But I'm really trying to focus on everything I have to get done for the event, like volunteer-wise. I'm trying not to write, but I also miss it. Ugh, it's weird. Anyway, sorry. So, let me see if I can remember how we do this. NaNoWriMo settings. Yes. So we'll sync your word count as you write, track your progress throughout the month, provide a daily word count goal. So this is all stuff that the actual NaNoWriMo site does as well, obviously, but the site doesn't always work so well, so it's nice to just have my Dabble track it for me so I don't have to toggle back and forth between the Nano site and my actual document. So we'll see what this actually looks like when I do it. Okay, so I have 45, so should get to 95,445. Now, obviously, as I said at the beginning of the video, I think that this book is going to be done before I get to that. But what I'll do is I'll just start writing the sequel in the same document, and I'll set up another folder so that everything's getting counted together, and then I'll separate it after the fact. But seeing that word count, 95,445, is putting a little bit of terror into my heart. That's a lot. I feel like I'm pretty scared for Nano this year. Last year I went in really overconfident, and I think this year I like swung really wide and now I'm underconfident and scared. Now, what I could do also is just set my goal as 50 and then exclude. But I feel like if I go back and I fiddle with anything, that might get wonky. I'm not really sure, but I'll just use it this way. So there it is. It's up at the top. Today's goal. That's strange. Oh, because it's, yeah. So once it actually gets to be November 1, that will be closer to the actual daily target of 1,667. How many days left? How much you've written? Remaining goal. Nice. Okay. Well, now we just wait for November to hit. Hello. So, I owe you an update, but before we get into that, I kind of want to do something fun with this whiteboard. This is our bar cart, and this is a calendar that we never use. So I thought maybe I could repurpose it. So yeah, let's do that first. That didn't work. Just scrubbed that so hard and it's still not clean. Ow, arm. Good enough for me. Okay, so here we are. Here's the calendar. I've gone ahead and repurposed it for my rewards, so I have each increment down at the bottom and also some other increments here in the middle. It doesn't really make sense, but I'm gonna fill up the column as I'm writing, and then I have something set up for each 10,000 words, and I like how it turned out. I really wanted to do something visual this year, because in the past I've just had them written down in my bullet journal and then I quite honestly forget to go out and do those things or reward myself, and it just fell by the wayside. So this year I really wanted to put it out in the open where I could see it, and I just think it would be so motivating to see this every day when I walk in our kitchen. And also this way my fiance can see it and he can see how far along I am or how far behind I am, and he's really good about keeping me accountable and sending me into the other room when I need to write. So if he can see that I'm behind, that's all the better. And then, yeah, so once I get to each level, I will go and pull off a sticky and go do that thing. Sushi night, I'm addicted to sushi. New manga, can pick out a new volume. Milkshake from Five Guys. Don't need to say anything more. Place a ThredUp order. I've been really into thrifting on ThredUp. In 2020, I'm trying to stop buying new clothes, not just fast fashion, but just new clothes, period. So just to try and be more sustainable, I'm getting really into ThredUp and loving it. So that's one reward. And then buy a chirp wheel is my 50K big reward. I don't know if anyone else is getting all the Instagram ads for these, but my back is horrid and I have been lusting after these chirp wheels. So stay tuned to see if I deserve a chirp wheel at the end of November. Alright, so that is the calendar. As far as an update, I think I should go back and look at my checklist and see where we are. It is October 23rd. Oh God. Okay. The first thing I have here that I still need to do is outline Act 1 of the sequel. That is not done, so that's something I need to do in the next 6 days. I still need to do that other casserole. I said I was going to try and make a mac and cheese. And I did buy all the ingredients, so it's just a matter of doing it. So mac and cheese still in my future. Make rewards tiers. We just did that, so can cross that off. Create November bullet journal spreads. I did that today as well, so those are all set up and ready to go. Prepare all Instagram posts. Have not done that. That's probably going to be a tonight project, to be honest, because we need to get something up there about kickoff, because that's so soon. Speaking of, one of the things I had on my list next was to make a trivia game for our kickoff party, and because it's Zoom, of course, I wanted to try and find a way that everyone could participate in something, so trivia is what I came up with, and I think it turned out pretty good. I did go ahead and make that last night, sent it to my MLs, see what they thought about it. Hopefully it's not too goofy, it's Jeopardy style, and I had fun coming up with the questions, so hopefully it's not a total fail. Hopefully someone gets a kick out of it. That's it. Other than that, I just have to edit and post this vlog. So I need to do vlog, Instagram posts, outline. Wow, that's not too bad. Oh, and the casserole and the mac and cheese. Okay, 4 things. Hi, welcome to October 24th. It's Saturday and it's been a really good Saturday so far. I have not checked anything off of my list yet today, but I did spend the whole morning making a Pinterest board. And it was so much fun. Totally didn't expect to get sucked into it the way that I did. I have not been a huge Pinterest person in the past, but I watched Katie Ann's video last week about making mood boards, and I was just so inspired to give it another shot. Hadn't been that good at it in the past, but I was like, okay, we can try this. And so the more I've been getting into it, the more my Pinterest is adjusting and becoming less crockpot mac and cheese meals and more dark, moody fantasy vibes, and I love it. So I'm getting really sucked into Pinterest and making mood boards for each of my characters, and it's not technically on my Preptober list, no, but it's really inspiring me and making me excited to get back into my book. I have not written anything in the month of October, partly because I was so busy, and also just because I wanted to try and save my words for November. kind of silly, but I ended up one way or another taking a little bit of a writing break. And I really miss my story. I really miss writing. I'm really excited to finish this thing up. Like, I really want to give my characters this good ending. And I'm just really excited. The mood board is just so awesome. If anyone has not tried doing this, I totally suggest it. It was really fun. But yeah, it's been a good Saturday. I'm planning to make my mac and cheese later. I'm not going to flake. I'm going to do it. And I also have a write-in coming up with my writing group at 1, and I'm going to sit down and do my outline. Like I said, have not been writing, and I totally procrastinated the outline with everything else that was on my list, and just kept pushing that off and pushing that off. But we're going to do it today. So today is going to be a really good day, very productive day, inspiring day. Yeah. And my fiddle, whose name is Johan, has a new leaf. Oh my gosh, it's a great day. It's a great day. Decked out in red.
Gotta represent.
Blue's coming for you.
Ooh, I see everybody. There were 19 people here, which is just like,
Thank you so much for coming along on this Preptober journey with me. If you were following along, we checked everything off of the list. And I'm really proud of everything I accomplished, all the volunteer work that I did and all the work that I did for myself. It's October 26th today as I'm recording this, and my plans for the rest of October are to read and relax and probably make more mood boards, but just replenishing the creative well. I hope all of you have the most amazing NaNoWriMo. I hope you surprise yourself. I hope you do something that you feel proud of, and any new words is a victory. I can't wait to see how it goes. Bye!